A ballistic missile can travel hundreds of miles in only a few minutes. Once launched, defense systems have only a short window of time to detect the threat, determine whether it is dangerous, and stop it before impact. Missile defense systems protect people and critical infrastructure by detecting these threats early and intercepting them before they reach their targets. Today, I will explain how missile defense systems detect and track incoming missiles, determine how and when to engage a threat, and intercept incoming missiles before they reach their targets. To understand how missile defense systems stop incoming threats, we must first examine how they detect and track missiles after launch. The first step in the missile defense process is detecting and tracking incoming missiles. Early warning systems identify a missile launch shortly after it occurs. According to research published by Zhang, Chen, and Fang in AIP Advances, infrared early warning satellites detect the heat signature produced by a missile launch almost immediately after liftoff. When a ballistic missile launches, its engines generate an intense amount of heat, and satellites equipped with infrared sensors detect this heat and alert missile defense networks ahead that a launch has occurred. This early warning is extremely important because it provides valuable time to prepare a defense response. Every additional second gives military personnel time to analyze the threat and decide how to respond. After a launch is detected, radar and sensor systems begin tracking the missile and predicting its trajectory. According to defense analyst Michaela Dodge in the 2024 Index of U.S. Military Strength, radar systems continuously track a missile's location, movement, and flight characteristics throughout its flight. These radar and sensor data allow defense systems to determine the missile's speed, direction, and projected flight path. As these missiles travel, tracking information is constantly updated, and computer systems then analyze this information to predict where the missile is likely to strike. By calculating the flight path, defense systems estimate the missile's intended target and determine whether interception is necessary. Tracking a missile provides valuable data, but detection alone does not stop an attack. Military personnel and defense systems must next determine whether to engage the threat and how to respond. Once a missile has been detected and tracked, missile defense systems must determine how and when to engage the threat. According to missile defense expert Stephen Lambakis, command and control systems evaluate information from satellites, radars, and other sensors to support defensive decision-making. Military personnel analyze this tracking data in order to determine whether the missile poses a threat to protected targets. Not every detected missile requires engagement, so decision-makers must evaluate the situation extremely carefully. If the missile presents a threat, military leaders authorize an interception. This decision is based on factors such as the missile's projected target, the level of danger, and the defensive resources available. After the decision to engage has been made, the missile defense system selects the appropriate interceptor. Different threats require different defensive responses, and defense systems choose an interceptor based on the type of missile, its location, and where it is expected to travel. Once the appropriate interceptor has been selected, it is launched to engage the threat before it reaches its target. At this point, the challenge shifts from deciding to intercept the missile to successfully guiding the interceptor to its target. The final step in the missile defense process is interception. According to Lieutenant Colonel Robert Barnes and defense analyst Kenneth Brown, modern interceptors use onboard seekers, guidance systems, and hit-to-kill technology to engage incoming threats. During flight, interceptors continuously track the incoming threat. Tracking systems provide constant updates on the target's location and movement. As these conditions change, onboard guidance and control systems make course corrections to maintain an accurate intercept path. These adjustments allow the interceptor to remain on course even as the target continues moving. As the interceptor closes in on the threat, it prepares for engagement. Many of these modern defense systems use hit-to-kill technology. Rather than relying on large explosive warheads, these systems destroy their targets through direct collision. The interceptor strikes the incoming missile at extremely high speed, and the kinetic energy generated by the collision is sufficient enough to destroy or disable the target before it reaches its destination. By successfully tracking, guiding, and colliding with the incoming missile, the interceptor completes the missile defense process. From detection to interception, each step plays a critical role in stopping incoming missiles. Now that we have examined this full process, let's review the key points. Today, I explained how missile defense systems detect and track incoming missiles, determine how and when to engage a threat, and use advanced guidance technology to stop incoming missiles before impact. Missile defense systems protect people and critical infrastructure by identifying threats early and intercepting them before they reach their targets. Although this process occurs in a matter of minutes, missile defense systems rely on a combination of advanced systems, decision-making systems, and interceptor technology to defend against some of the fastest threats in the world.